On our last episode,
Saan nanggagaling yung tapang ni Erica D?
I think I'll have to credit my mom for that.
Nagulat ako na Zobel alumna ka pala.
Secret yan, Kung sabihin sa mga tenista.
in the second part of our conversation with Executive Director of SBP, Miss Erica D, we'll talk about all things women's basketball and she'll also mention some of her idols in the game. All that and more in this episode of Game on the Podcast.
Can you describe your game bro?
Tanong mo kahit ngayon.
Ang hirap naman sagutin yan.
She's better than you, ha? How's it going, sports fans? Welcome to another episode of Game On the Podcast, the first sports podcast of GMA, brought to you by GMA Regional TV and Synergy and GMA Digilab. My name is Anton Rojas.
We are on GMA News and GMA Sports on Facebook and on YouTube. Nasa Apple Podcast din and Spotify. Ako po si Coach Hammer Martin Antonio.
And I'm Martin Javier. We are joined by the Executive Director of Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas. She was also the Deputy Event Director in the past FIBA World Cup 2023. She was a coach, a women's basketball player, and an athletic director. Miss Erica D. In the last episode, we got to know Miss Erica D. In today's episode, we will talk all things women's basketball with her and her idols in the game. What do you think of the recent skyrocket of women's basketball on the global scale?
Very good.
Very good yan.
I mean, looking at their trajectory right now, it seems that they will be paying in the millions also very soon. And I know a lot of people are comparing Caitlin Clark's salary with Wemby, diba? Side by side. But the WNBA just announced a big step forward by offering chartered flights for the first time to teams. So you know it's moving forward. So very good ang forecast.
Susunod, better accommodations. Kasi yun yung mga nagiging issues nila, di ba? It's not about the equal pay per se. It's the treatment for se. Yun yung chartered flights, and then the hotel and accommodations. And then, dahil with the Caitlin Clark effect, in this draft class, mas marami manonood and mas mainstream na sila.
Favorite mo ba ngayon si Caitlin Clark?
Parang everybody.
Kapangalan ko yan. Erica Caitlin.
Oh! Okay. So dun pa lang may
Connection. May connection kami.
Okay. We've seen the rise of, just this year, of women's basketball in the US. Pero do you see that happening here? Or what's the potential? What's the potential of women's basketball dito sa Pilipinas? Kasi pag nakikita mo yung mga laro dito, magagaling yung mga women's basketball players natin.
I was gonna say, a lot of potential, because just comparing it to volleyball, which is very big in the country. If you look at how we fare in volleyball, just in Southeast Asia, we don't even win a medal in the SEA Games. Yung women's basketball, nag-gold, di ba?
Consistently na competitive sila internationally.
Yes, correct. FIBA Asia Division A tayo, and we were in the top 8 the last time that we played in the FIBA Asia Cup, and that includes Australia and New Zealand, right? So, malaki talaga yung potential. We just have to get the right mix, I guess, of how to put up a league, a commercial league that would be as solid as what the volleyball has right now.
So it's the stakeholders pa rin
Yes,
talaga. It's corporate sponsorship.
Alam mo, I have feeling ko pag nangyari to, magkakaroon ng spark. Pag na-draft si Jack Animam sa WNBA.
Kasi ito yung generation nila ngayon. Ng mga, kasi di ba
Marami
sila
tayong
Arayi
ine-export
yung
na
last,
players.
tas
Yeah. So
Bernardino.
we have 2 in Australia. Jack and Jasmine Hawson are both playing in the NBL 1 division now.
Hindi na sa China si Jack.
Wala na,
Ganun.
lumipat sa NBL. Yeah.
Tsaka mas magandang competition.
Yeah.
Mas magandang competition.
Women's basketball here in the Philippines, obviously now being ED, what's your biggest dream for women's basketball? Like, what's the end goal? By the time your time is up as ED, what do you want to have accomplished?
Hindi pa ako naka first year, no? So ayoko pa isipin yung time is up.
Nasa finish line na tayo.
I mean, there has to be a vision, right?
But yes,
there has
but
to be a vision.
definitely I want to see them make the Olympics at some point. I'm hoping for 2028. My personal dream, no, for the SBP is for 4 teams to be present in the 2028 Olympics. I want both 3x3 teams there, and both are 5-on-5 teams. And I really believe that it's doable. No, we just really need to put in the work. We've actually mapped out a plan for women's basketball already, and it's not far-fetched. It's not an impossible dream, diba? So to speak.
We have talent.
Yeah, we have the talent.
We have a lot of talent.
We have identified the talent here and abroad because we have a lot of Phil-Americans, no, who play basketball. There's a real big community there. And you also have some in Europe, some in the Middle East that we haven't really looked into yet. Diba? So I'm sure meron din tayong mahahanap na hidden gems daw dyan, no? And ang maganda sa women's basketball, if you're top 4 in FIBA Asia. The year before the Olympics. So that would be 2027 FIBA Asia Cup. Top 4 ka lang dyan, OQT ka na. Now, ang OQT sa women's, it's not like the men's where you have to win your venue. Here, you win one game, you're practically in. Okay? So this is what happened last year. This is how close we were. Coach Pat played in the FIBA Asia Cup. In the quarterfinals, they played New Zealand and they lost by 2 points. So si New Zealand ang nag-number 4. Nag-OQT si New Zealand. Hindi siya naka-Olympics, pero they lost to Puerto Rico by 2. Puerto Rico is in their first Olympics this year.
So we're 1 basket away.
Pretty much.
We're 2 baskets away.
1 3-point basket
Oo,
away.
ganun.
So, di ba? Parang
At saka,
doable.
And hindi, ang women's basketball kasi it's not about a size game. It's more of a skill and of a familiarity. So it's something that we Filipinos really maximize. Kasi dito magkakakilala mga bata, magkakasama.
Saka efficiency talaga, di ba?
We live in an era where, di ba yung New York Liberty, meron silang jersey na equality. And I think that jersey was made famous by another player who I feel like made a huge impact in women's basketball, Sabrina Ionescu. Di ba? Pag ini-invite tayo ng mga influencer games, it's not just men anymore. Women are also participating in these games. There are like runs where it's all women. How happy are you that, syempre, you played in a time where it wasn't like that, and now we're moving towards true equality with regards to women playing basketball, women in sports. How happy are you na we live in that time, and as ED, how can you push that further?
Yung huli naming captain, by the way, dun sa may 3x3.
Yeah. Si Monique Del Carmen.
Si Monique, sa amin, captain namin si Angel Sorada. So, sila mismo yung captain ng team. Sige.
Okay.
Sige.
I'm very happy for them. I mean, obviously, I was telling you a while ago yung experience ko. Okay naman ako na I was the only girl. But it might not be the same for everyone. Diba? I have a niece who likes dribbling the ball. And so my sister brought her to one of the camps. Pagdating doon, nakita siya lang babae, ayaw na. 'Di ba? So, parang it's a big deal that it's more accepted right now because the environment for playing basketball and honing your skills becomes more welcoming for female athletes and potential female athletes, and it's such a big step forward, no, from the time when I was playing. Pero kulang pa rin, I think. I mean, the fact that we're still talking about equality, dapat yun
Should be a
given
norm
eh,
na.
diba? Yeah, so we want to get further pa.
O question, how will Erica D fare in this game ngayon?
What?
Yung younger. Hindi, parang kasi ang bigat ng tanong eh. Yung laro mo. Kasi sinabi nila, 2 captain nyo, babae eh. How was your game? Back then. Descriptive. Hindi, ako curious na nga.
Tanong mo kahit ngayon.
Curious
How's your
Kahit
game
ngayon
now?
ah.
Chichibugan pa rin niya yung mga yun.
Boss Bear. How will your
Ang
game
hirap
translate?
naman sagutin
Hindi.
yan.
Curious kami kasi we know, lagi, di ba, all your interviews is on the management side.
Yeah.
How were you as an athlete? How can you describe your game to us?
She's better than you, Hammer.
Sige, I'll just try to be as objective as I can. So, I won Rookie of the Year in the UAP. during my first year in Ateneo. And as you know, parang wala kaming winning points nun. So if that's telling of how I play, yun na lang.
From your time before to the progression of the game now, especially in women's basketball, ano yung major differences na nakikita mo ngayon kung paano maglaro ngayon yung mga players compared to how it was during your time?
Well, I definitely think they're more athletic. I think this is across the board. Even yung male athletes natin are more athletic today, and I think that's brought about by the science now of sports conditioning. That's one. We also have a bigger pool, to choose from. So naturally, that elevates the game. So mas skilled na rin yung mga players ngayon, diba? May mga teammates pa ako dati na, didn't even have high school basketball as a background. Parang intramurals lang sila, tapos nakapag-varsity nung college, walk-in. Nowadays, in college, at least, you won't find any players like that anymore because it's very competitive already. Pretty much everybody in the 16-man roster was recruited, diba? And came from a decent high school basketball background.
Okay, yeah, true. Ganun na yun ngayon.
Yeah.
Pag hindi ka nag-high school varsity,
Yeah.
Pati yung mga club teams ngayon,
Correct.
yung mga under 16, nire-recruit na nila yung mga bata na marunong, tapos nafa-farm na
Saka
sila.
iba yung nagagawa ng YouTube, di ba? Yung napapanood nila, at
Then
ginagaya nila.
They drill it on their own.
Miss Erica, ito, medyo off topic. Pero alam ko nakakausap mo siya. Matagal ko na kasi siyang kinukulit. Tapos lagi ko siya, pag tinatag ko siya sa mga story ko, sasabi ko, the number 1 pick of the WNBA draft. Kailan ba magpapadraft si Jack Animam?
Hindi natin alam, no? Siya lang makakapagsabi niyan. But I'm sure her dream also is to make the WNBA, no? Parang lahat naman natin ng women's basketball player ngayon, yan yung gusto mangyari. And we hope that she does make it one day. Although, if you look at Jack, no? She's tall to us. Yeah. But obviously, against the WNBA player, she would have to play the wing position, which might be hard for her because that's not the position she's used to. So we're hoping for the best in the future. May oras pa naman. She's not yet in her last years of playing. I think she's 25 right now, 26. So pwede pang may pag-asa pa kung may breakout game lang siya sa isang FIBA competition natin, di ba?
Pwede. Kaya kailangan ng exposure pa.
Yun talaga,
Ayan.
exposure.
Okay.
All right, Edie. So we have this segment on the podcast. It's called Favorite of All Time. So simple lang naman. We want to get your thoughts on who your favorite women's basketball player of all time is and why, local and international.
Okay. International, siguro si Cheryl Swoops. I don't know if
OG.
kilala nyo pa yan, pero... But yeah, I believe she was the first one with a signature basketball shoe. So I remember buying her shoe when I was younger. So Cheryl Swoops. Local, legend or yung
All
medyo
time.
mas
All time.
all time? It has to be Julie Amos, who's an assistant coach right now with our Gilas women. No? She was my assistant coach also when I was in the national team. But seeing her play before, talaga kahit sa practice lang and all of that, parang lights out shooter yan si Coach Julie. Na, hindi ko makalimutan, I joined this league one time. And she was going to play in that league, parang comeback niya, ganyan. She was, as a national team na siya noon, so after college na and all. Kaya lang mix yung league na sinalihan ko, may college, may graduate na. Pagpasok niya pa lang sa gym, nagsigawan yung mga tao. So she had that effect back then. So I think she was the best talaga.
And that was pre-social media. So
Yes,
this is all
correct.
word of mouth.
Oh.
So paano pa pag may socials naman? Okay. Wow. Okay. I gotta ask first, why Cheryl Swoops? Did you pattern your game?
No.
Cheryl, hindi naman kala ko.
Ako, it was really more of what she was for women's basketball back then,
okay.
diba? And then she was a guard and I'm a guard. And so that was basically it. Kung baga siya yung icon at that time that was pushing women's basketball forward.
Was that also your favorite team? in women's basketball?
Hindi naman.
Hindi. Okay. Okay. It's just the player you were
Yeah.
following. Okay. Okay. So, Edie, kung meron kang hypothetical, local, international, pag kinuha mo, sibog lahat ng competition. Matatala nyo lahat ng team. Dream teammate mo for you. The one that you needed and complemented your play.
Well, guard kasi ako, so hindi ako kuha ng ibang guard di ba? Ayoko ma-bench. So, I think, would have to be a big man. Maybe Lisa Leslie.
Yes! Maka-yes. LA Sparks. Let's go.
So,
Dahil LA fan si Miss Erica. LA fan ka, Miss Erica, di ba?
somewhat, yeah. No, during the Nick Van Exel days, I'm a big Eddie Jones fan. So talagang solid LA ako since then. Eddie Jones ako.
Man pro quick yung...
Yeah.
So galit ka kay Kobe kasi in-overshadow niya si Eddie Jones.
Nung una,
Okay.
seriously, parang si Kobe, parang I didn't like him at first. But when he had that case, yung rape case niya, and everyone was booing him in LA, right? And he wanted a trade. But when he played, he would still score 40 points, 50 points. Oo, sabi ko, this guy is so professional. So sobra ko siyang na-appreciate since then.
All right, so we have a segment here on the show. So first thing that comes to your mind, Edie, kindly share your thoughts regarding that. Would that be all right?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so John Flores.
Monster coach. In a good way.
May follow-up question
In a
ba?
good way.
May follow-up question. Why? Why?
No, si Coach John was, you talked about yung where I get my toughness, no? And I considered na it really comes from my mom. Pero si Coach John would bring out the toughness also in his players all the time with the way he coached. No, parang he was always on you. You cannot not be on your toes at any time during practice or the games. So, talagang he pushed us really hard.
Sandy Arespacochaga.
Saint Ignatius, ang word association. Oh, really, he's like the ideal Atenean.
Don Staley.
Don Staley. Queen.
Okay. DB. Doris Burke.
Good voice for women's basketball.
Good voice for men's basketball. Okay.
The culture of University of Connecticut basketball.
Oh, winning culture. Definitely.
Kat Kimpo.
Kimpo, madaldal. Sorry, personal kasi no, si Kat has been my teammate from Zobel. And part of the reason why she went to Ateneo is because I really pulled her into going to Ateneo. And she's really very talkative, I can tell you that.
Two-time champ, right?
Yes. So,
05-07. Danica Jose.
Makakarating to sa kanya, Edie.
isip bata.
Really?
No, one of the more playful players that I've coached. Yeah.
What do you think of Becky Hammond?
What do I think of Becky Hammond? Well, she's definitely a trailblazer. No, obviously very tough also, and I admire that she chose the WNBA head coaching position over another assistant coach position in the NBA. And I think the reason why she did that is because she knows that she deserves to be a head coach, regardless of what league she's coaching in.
Do you think Becky Hammond could have been a very good NBA coach as a head coach?
I think so. Yeah. She coached the Spurs in the summer league.
Yeah.
So you could see that she does have the command of the players, which I think is very important for any head coach to have. She just needs to get the opportunity. So hopefully someone gives it to her soon.
Yeah.
Ito, Edie, what do you think of people saying the reason why women's basketball is being highlighted right now is just because of Caitlin Clark and not because of anything else?
I disagree naman with that. I mean, she's definitely a big, big part of that. I believe in transcendental athletes and what they can do for their sport. And I think Clark is one of those. No? But obviously, she's not the only thing that's driving women's basketball at this point. It's a number of factors also. I mean, her class alone, there's a number of athletes there that really lifted up women's basketball. No? And then there were the trailblazers ahead of her. I mean, Sabrina was ahead of her, and she also did very well in Oregon when she was there. I think she had the record for triple doubles as well. So that was a big deal, and that's basically what got us to look into women's basketball. And now Caitlin Clark is able to grab that opportunity and make the most out of it with her magnificent plays.
Can I just say also that it's not just Caitlin Clark, it was also Angel Reese. Remember the whole
Exactly.
Can't
Oh.
See Me issue? So that was like a year in the making, the rematch. So that was also part of the talking point. Now,
meron din ako.
Okay.
Pangatlon dun sa wheel na yun. How about Hailey Van Lith transferring again?
Well, I think that's a problem not just in the US portal, no, pero even locally,
Okay,
diba? Oo, so
Good read, Hindi good read. Good read.
controversial yung transfer portal, no. I don't believe that we should restrain players in one university. I mean, if they're not doing well there, they should be able to transfer. Lalo na in the US where there's so much universities. I think there's like 300 Division 1 schools, diba? So if the student athlete can go to another university where they would flourish better, why not? Diba? Ngayon, you talked about transferring again.
Yeah.
So that for me is an issue because I feel like sometimes the younger generation doesn't take deciding where to go to school too seriously anymore because they know they can transfer anytime, which creates a problem for us.
May follow-up question na ako. Local question naman.
Let's say proceed.
If you're transferring, dito sa atin locally, you have a residence rule and you
Yes.
served as one of the board of directors. Is it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, yung residency?
Ako, it shouldn't be a blanket residency rule. I think we should make adjustments. For example, if the team you went to first, like me, nag-Ateneo ako, Coach John was fired when I was in sophomore year. Siya nag-recruit sa akin. Dapat yon ma-allow, ma-transfer without
And then,
residency.
directly eligible.
Yes. No residency. So that's for me, no? Because it really depends on the situation of the kid. But if nothing's changed since the time that I decided to go to Ateneo or to whatever school, there's no reason for me to transfer, di ba? So kung mag-transfer ako, yun dapat may residency.
So that's a hot button topic kasi.
At saka maraming case na gano'n na. Yung ikaw nag-recruit, na-fire yung coach, iba na yung coach, hindi nagamit yung player.
Yun nga di ba?
Kasi di ba with NIL, yan yung isa sa mga kinontest nila when it was allowed. Kailangan i-allow na rin nila yung direct na eligibility of the player once they transfer.
There you go, mga kapuso. That is a wrap. We thank again our special guest today, ED, Executive Director of Samahan ng Basketball ng Pilipinas. Miss Erica D, maraming salamat po.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you as well for being so generous with your answers. You know, she shared a lot of things to us from management side to coaching to women's basketball to her idols in the game. Thank you so much for your generous answers. Pero yeah, we hope you liked the episode. We hope you learned a lot.
Please do follow the other GMA podcast as well. Thank you again for watching Game On the Podcast. My name is Anton Rojas.
And of course, we are on GMA News, GMA Sports on Facebook and on YouTube. Download nyo rin yung episodes namin on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. I am Coach Hammer Martin Antonio.
Once again, this has been Martin Javier saying thank you for watching Game On, the podcast.